everyone. My name is Samantha Libler. I am a first-year academic advisor here at Ball State University. It is awesome to be talking to you. If you are watching this is because you were either unable to come to one of those pre-registration advising meetings, which is a-okay. The goal of those was to get you this information, which we're doing now, or you are watching this as a refresher prior to registering yourself for the upcoming semester, which is incredible. Go ahead, if you'd like, you can follow us on our social media. That is another way that we like to get you some really good information. I mean, obviously don't have to, but we definitely encourage it. And if you're watching at home, you don't have to silence your cell phone because we're not all in an auditorium together. So jumping in, what will I learn today? We are going to go through resources for academic planning, how to access and use your DegreeWorks, which is our degree tracking system that we have here at Ball State, the process for spring registration, how to connect with your academic advisor through Navigate, and how to register for spring semester 2024 classes in Self-Service Banner. Who helps you prepare for next semester? Every student here, yourself included, is assigned a professional academic advisor. We are here to help you with anything and everything that you might need. We are going to walk through with you your academic plan, which breaks down semester by semester what we recommend you take. We're going to walk through DegreeWorks with you, and if there's anything that we can connect you to on campus, we love doing that as well. We are a resource for you that you can utilize whenever you need. You can always get a hold of us through Navigate, through our email, or you can text us through the Navigate app. It comes through to us as an email, but it looks like a texting format to you, which is really neat. To schedule an appointment with us, you're going to use that Navigate app, and you can do so beginning September 18th. So that is in the past as of now. So you guys can go ahead and start scheduling. Academic advising for first-year students is located in North Quad 339. The best way to get to our office is by entering North Quad, which is North Quad of the old campus. So our North Quad building is actually on the more southern end of campus. And in order to enter the building, the best way is to go through the east side doors, which are the ones closest to the scatter light, scramble light, or to the parking garage. And then there will be an elevator or a set of stairs. You take those to the third floor, and there's actually a sign that says first year advising that points into our office. So that is the easiest way to get to us. What resources can I use for academic planning? The first one we have is your 23-24 Advising Handbook. You all got one of these at orientation, but if it happened to get lost by any means, you can also use an online version, which is at bsu.edu/advising. That is a searchable document on there, so you can quickly jump to things. Or if you like a physical copy and you no longer have yours, you can always come up to our office and grab one. DegreeWorks, which we've touched on, is located in Self-Service Banner. You log into my.bsu.edu, go to Self-Service Banner, go over to Students, and then scroll down to DegreeWorks Responsive Dashboard. That takes you to your degree audit, which we will actually watch a video on here in just a minute. And then you have the Ball State Undergraduate Catalog. That catalog shows you every single major we offer and every single class that is held within every single major. And we also have that information for all of our minors here. So if you want to know more about a specific major, minor, or program, it is in the catalog. You will be able to see every class that you would be required to take. It's a really cool resource. Now what we're going to do is we are going to watch a video about DegreeWorks. Charlie Cardinal is going to walk us through that.
First, to get to your personal DegreeWorks page, you should navigate to your My BSU dashboard. Once there, click on the Self-Service banner. On the following page, select the student link. In the following menu, select DegreeWorks for students. This will take you to your DegreeWorks homepage. You should see a block with your student's ID, your name, and your degree. Below that, in the same table, there is more information on your classification as a student. Below the first block, there are two tabs. We have selected the academic view to show our current progress in our selected degree. If you wanted to see what your progress level would be in a different major, select the tab label 1. From this page, you'll be able to change variables such as your degree, catalog year, program, major, minor, and concentration. Then by clicking the process with option, DegreeWorks, you'll generate a hypothetical course list and progress bar detailing the classes you need to complete to obtain that degree. Under the tab is a block that allows you to select what format you are viewing and see your degree progress and your credit requirements respectively. While these are visually helpful, it's important to check your program's requirements below to make sure you're on the right track. You will see a block with the name of your degree. This tells you how many credits you have, as well as how many credits are needed to complete your degree. The next block details the University Core Curriculum, which are classes that all Ball State students are required to take, in addition to showing you which classes will satisfy that requirement. It shows categories for different required core classes, as well as shows grades for completed classes. Notice how your transfer credits from IU and Ivy Tech satisfy their counterparts in Ball State's core curriculum. Any credits transferred to Ball State that meet a requirement will be signified by a green check mark. The following block is all about your major requirements. This table will often display specific messages regarding your major, as well as grades and course requirements. You can also see your major's GPA here, in addition to the credits you completed towards your major. At any point while on DegreeWorks, you can click on any course to see its description, prerequisites, and when it's offered. If you scroll down on the page, you'll see a block for general electives and a block for insufficient, which you will only see if you've withdrawn from a class. If you're looking for withdrawals from past courses, you'll find them under the insufficient tab. And that's DegreeWorks. Thanks, Charlie, for showing us around.
Awesome. Well, as you can see, DegreeWorks is a wonderful tool for you. You can go through and see all of your different requirements and things of that sort. The most important thing for our first years is that you can go through and see every requirement that you have yet to complete. Those will be hyperlinked blue. There weren't any in that because this was based off of a senior, but you will have a lot of blue, and that is more than okay. Like they said, if you click into that, you can see a description, how many credits. You can also see any of the availability for the upcoming semester as long as it's been released. Where I like to point students is to this upper left-hand area here that says plans. If you click into that, your academic advisor actually manually puts in a plan that breaks down semester by semester what you're recommended to take. It kind of helps go through the weeds of DegreeWorks and gives you a more straightforward path without you having to worry about, are my prerequisites lining up? Am I taking these on time? Are they in the correct course rotations? That is already done for you. If it's not in there, that is okay. No need to worry. If it's ever not in there and you want to see it, just go ahead and shoot your advisor an email and say, hey, I'd really like to see my academic plan, and they'll go ahead and put it in for you. How many classes should you take? Now, this depends on the student. We try to give sweeping recommendations like this when we're talking to a large group of students, but definitely check with your academic advisor how many you specifically are supposed to be taking. For our students, full-time status is above 12 to 18, above 12. If you have any scholarships that depend on you being full-time, you need to be at 12 or above. Everything is billed the same between 12 to 18 credit hours. For questions about how things are billed, you can always go to Cardinal Central. They will be able to give you a lot of good information there. The way that students move from being a first year to a sophomore to a junior to a senior is by completing 30 credits every academic year. So if you are at 30 credits or above, you are considered a sophomore. That is why we have what is called 15 to finish. It is recommended to take 15 credit hours every semester. Now, again, every student is different. If you are not currently at 15 credit hours, that is okay, as long as you have talked to your academic advisor. Some students will need to be at more than 15 credit hours depending on their major. I know that, for example, my dual L-Ed special ed students have to be at 18 credit hours every semester because they have a large major. Or if you've brought in a lot of AP and dual credit, you might not have to be at 15 credit hours every semester in order to stay on track. So definitely make an appointment with your academic advisor prior to registering for your courses. When can I schedule classes? Registration for fall, spring, and summer classes is completed online and arranged by time ticket. So a time ticket tells you the earliest day and time you are able to register for classes. For example, it could say you can register on November 10th at 7:30 a.m. That specific day and time acts like a door. That is what I tell all my students. Once that door is open, you are free to register. I encourage my students, as soon as your time ticket hits, if possible, go ahead and register for your classes. The longer you wait, the more people are allowed to register, which could affect the course availability. Now, obviously, if you are not able to register as soon as your time ticket hits, that is okay. Just go ahead and get it done at your earliest convenience. Registration time tickets are based on level of completed credit hours. So the best way that we saw in order to break students up and make it to where the system didn't crash when everybody tried to register at the same time is we decided, okay, the more credits they have completed, the sooner they get to register. That being said, if you have AP and dual credit that you have not yet gotten to us, I very much recommend transferring it over. If you have dual credit from your high school, you'll need to get us a transcript from the college or university through which you took the dual credit. If you have AP scores and we have not received those, go ahead and try to get those to us as well, because those could give you credits that could work in your favor and allow you to register a little bit earlier. Your time ticket will be listed in self-service banner beginning October 16th. How to view your time ticket. So we are going to log into my.vsu.edu and go to self-service banner. You will click on the Students tab. And then you will go down to Registration, Schedule, and Planning. This menu is where you will do everything related to registration. So this is an important box. Another thing I'd like to note from the DegreeWorks video is I like to point out that DegreeWorks responsive dashboard is listed here as well. You do not need to go into your student menu if you do not want to, like it showed in the video. You can just come to your Students tab in DegreeWorks and it'll pop up here. But we are going to go to Registration, Schedule, and Planning. Prepare for registration. You will select your term, which is going to be spring of 2024 as of now. And then your time ticket is going to come up. This includes the date and time you can begin registering for spring 24 and alerts you to anything that would prevent you from registering, which are called holds. If you have any holds on your account, they should tell you what office they're from. Some examples could be that they are from financial aid, student financial services, which would be Cardinal Central. It could be the health center. It could be academic advising if you have anything from that. So definitely make sure that you are able to register. If you are unsure what a hold means, get a hold of your advisor and they'll be able to tell you who to contact to see about resolving that hold. You should also check your primary curriculum to make sure that your major is listed correctly. Make sure that your major, minor, concentration, all of those good things are reflecting what you believe yourself to be in. Sometimes when students come in for orientation, wires can get crossed and that is a-okay, but it never hurts to double check because then if we know, we can correct it before we get you set up for next semester. Also, if you're going to change your major or you're thinking about changing your major, this is a great time to have those conversations. If we can have you set up for success where you want to be before we get you settled for next semester, that would be incredible and it would work very well in your favor. Now, obviously, if you aren't sure, that is also more than okay. But if you're having those thoughts, make sure to bring it up to your academic advisor so you can start having those conversations. How do you schedule classes? In addition to checking your time ticket prior to your registration date, you will want to meet with your academic advisor to discuss class ideas for spring. That is the next step after watching this video. You can go into Navigate and schedule an appointment with them. I also do believe most advisors have their scheduling link in their email signature. So if you have an email from them, you can also go that route. If you have any issues scheduling through Navigate, you can always give our front office a call and they will be more than happy to assist you with that. Independently plan your spring schedule with class days and times. Okay, so what the meeting with your academic advisor is we tell you, okay, these are the ideal classes we'd like you to take. Here are also some backup classes. And then what you do is you take those classes and you go and pick the days and times. You build yourself a schedule. I tell my students to have plan A, B, C, and D. Plan A is our ideal times, our ideal classes. Plan B is our ideal classes with less ideal times, because those are the ones that are going to fill up a little more slowly. Those less ideals are those 8 a.m.s, those evening classes, things that are a little less sought after than those Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11s. And then we've got the other plans, which include backup courses, which you can always ask your advisor about. I always give my students backup courses. When you are planning your days and times, I always tell my students to prioritize their major classes. Your major classes are a little more competitive to get into than the university core because they just have fewer sections, because there's less demand. So I always tell my students prioritize those major classes. If you have to choose between a major class and a core class, always pick the major class, unless your advisor says otherwise. And then register for your classes when your time ticket opens. So then what you'll do is you will have this amazing list of all your different plan A, B, C, and D with the CRN numbers, which I'll show you what those are in a second. And then you'll go ahead and register. And it should be smooth sailing. During this first step, there are a lot of things that we could cover depending on what your needs are. The first thing is discuss and select a new major. If you are wanting to change your major, we can talk about that and get it processed. There is a new process coming soon. As of right now, your advisor can put in what's called a curriculum change request, and it goes through. Your major minor concentration is changed. Soon, your advisor will put in that same form, but then you will get an email in your email inbox requesting that you approve that change. This is coming up in the upcoming semester. So definitely, if you do want to change your major, just watch your email. And if you happen to get an email from the registrar's office saying, hey, we need you to approve this, please go ahead and approve it. Understanding your major minor requirements. If you have any questions on that, if you're on the right track, if you need to be taking different things, definitely ask. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Understanding the university core curriculum, we can walk you through that as well. We can talk through what courses you're going to choose each semester, talk about that 4-year academic plan where we show you each semester roughly what it's going to look like. I say roughly because your academic plan is a living document. We base those plans off of our best predictions of what is going to be available, but we don't know until we get to that semester. So it is subject to change. And if it does need to change, no stress. It'll be a-okay. Just talk to your academic advisor if you ever have any concerns. We're going to talk about next steps towards graduation. Make sure you're on track. If you need any campus resources, we'll talk about how to get you connected to those. And then any other questions you have, we'll walk through those. They're really valuable appointments, and I definitely recommend scheduling one. You must attend a pre-registration advising meeting before a meeting with your advisor about registration. Congrats, this is what we're doing. After you watch this lovely video, to schedule an appointment, like I touched on earlier, you can use Navigate, which you can use the app. In order to schedule in the Navigate app, on the top right of the homepage, there is a blue button with a person's silhouette in it. You click that one. At the very top, it'll say My Team. You click into that tab, and then you click on your advisor's name. What'll pop up then is you get to input all of your information, why you're meeting with this person. You get to pick the days and times that you want to meet with them. It's all very, very wonderful. And then you're scheduled, and you will get an email reminder 24 hours before your appointment. You can call our office. That is our phone number, 765-285-1161, and that will connect you to our lovely desk staff who will help you schedule, or you can come in person. You can pop on up and see us in North Quad 339, and then we will get you scheduled with our front desk staff. We recommend that you meet with your advisor to discuss spring registration between September 18th and early November. If you can get on the books, definitely get in as soon as you can. Advisors do get booked up. Students do forget, and that's okay. You guys have a lot going on in your life. A lot of people forget about this appointment until a week before registration, and we fill up. And so I definitely recommend getting in with your academic advisor to make sure that you've got all that good information. We are open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. You are welcome to email or contact us whenever you like, but we are only open 8 to 5. So if you send us an email at say like 10, 11, 12 at night. It'll just be in our inbox waiting for us the next morning. So always feel free to reach out whenever you've got things on your mind that you want answers to. Prior to your advising appointment, go ahead and poke around in DegreeWorks. If you have an academic plan in there, go ahead and look at it and see what you think. Poke through there and see if you have any questions on that. You can review your advising handbook if you have questions on the basic functionalities of Ball State, about the core curriculum, about any of the resources in here, and we can touch on those as well. And the undergraduate catalog if you're looking through different majors and minors and concentrations, and then write down your questions. It is so easy to forget those important questions that you have. If you write them down, you won't forget. You can bring your advising handbook and questions to your appointment if you'd like. Definitely recommend it if you have things written in there that you want to talk about. Step 2 is planning your schedule. So now that we've met with our advisor, we've looked at the classes we need, we're going to pick out our class days and times. So again, we're going to go to my.bsu.edu. You're going to log in. You're going to go to self-service banner under the students tab, and then you're going to click on registration, schedule, and planning. We are back in that registration, schedule, and planning menu. This time, you're going to click on browse for available classes, which that big old arrow is pointing to. You're going to enter the term, which is going to be spring of 2024 for this upcoming semester, and you'll click continue. Now, there are 2 ways that you can do this. You can search for specific classes by entering the subject and the course number, as you see here. Our example is History 150. That will give you all the days and times for History 150. Now, say that you are a history major and you have to go through and pick out a bunch of different times for different history classes. You can just put in the subject, which is HIST, no course number, and it will show you every single history course Ball State has to offer. Now, once we put in History 150, the menu pops up like this. A couple things that I like to point out. First and foremost, we'll start with the CRN number with that lovely big arrow pointing to it. That CRN number is like a fingerprint for that class at that day and time. So that is really all you need to register. I always tell my students, please, please, please write it down, because once you put it in, that system knows that you would want to take, for example, in this first one, History 150 at Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. with that specific professor. Always make sure you write it down. If you click into the actual title of the course, it breaks down a ton of information for you. It gives you the course description, it gives you the professor, it gives you the class meeting times, it gives you any prerequisites. It's a huge wealth of information. We've got the instructor column here. You can see what instructor is teaching what course. I always suggest to my students to check those Rate My Professor websites and just see what everyone has to say, because each professor has a different teaching style, and that could help you find someone who teaches the way your brain works. You can also see the days and times. If you hover over these menus, this is a slide, so it's not going to do it, but on the web page, if you hover over it, it will also give you where the class is located, which could help with planning your schedule and saying, okay, I need to walk from here to here. How long is that going to take? The blacked out boxes are the days that this class is offered. So this class is offered Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This class is offered Tuesday and Thursday. The status is important to pay attention to. If a class is full, it is full. We do get the question a lot, can we make more space? Your advisor does not have the power to make more space. That is up to the faculty. And normally the rule is when the course is full, it's full. Now, if we have extenuating circumstances, we absolutely do work with students. So if something happens that you're really stressed about according to your schedule, please let your advisor know. And if there's something we can do, we will, but we cannot just add seats to courses. So once they are full, they are typically full. So this is what it looks like when they're full. You get a big old red box. If there are seats left, this is what it looks like. It'll tell you how many seats are left. So that's a good indicator. If you're choosing between 2 different sections, one of them has 1 seat left and one of them has 25 seats left, I'd lean more towards the one that has 25 seats left. And then you'll go ahead and register when your time ticket hits. You'll go back into that registration schedule and planning box and you'll hit register for classes. You'll pick spring 2024 for your term and hit continue. This is what your registration page looks like. It immediately pops up with this lovely course search function here. This is the exact same as the course search that we just walked through. It's in your registration page as well. If you're going through and editing your schedule later and you want to search a certain course, you can do the same thing. You could enter History 150, and it'll show you all of the days and times that are available. If you do the search function over on the right, there is an option to add the courses to your summary. You can just hit a little add button. If there is a course conflict, it will also show up here. Where we like to point students, however, is your Enter CRNs button right up here. Because we've gone ahead and we've selected those CRNs, we've written them all down, so you should have them in a nice little list. What you can do then is you can simply go ahead and enter them all. You keep typing them in, you add another as you need, and then the titles, these section numbers, all the good things will show up so that you can double check that you are registering for the classes that you think you are registering for. Please double check those. When you've got them all in your list, you'll go ahead and click Add to Summary. When you add it to your summary, it pops up down on the bottom right like this. When you add it to your summary, you are not actually registered yet. I tell all my students, this is like your Amazon shopping cart. You add it to your cart, but you haven't bought it just yet. The way that you know that you're not yet registered is it will be gray and it will say pending. What you want to do then is you want to hit submit on the bottom right here, and it will pop up green. Once it is popped up green, you are registered. That is your seat. You are in the class. So we want to make sure before you leave the registration page that you have all green registered bubbles. Now you might get an error message. There could be an error for a lot of different reasons. The class is closed, there's time conflict, all those good things. What you'll want to do then is you will want to register for those backups. And we want to make sure that no matter what, you have a full schedule that works for you, just in case this ends up being your final schedule. So you'll go ahead and you'll register for those backups. And then you've got a couple options. You can either, if you really want in that class that you got an error message for, you can look and see if it's a time conflict. You can pick a different day or time and register for that. Or you can get a hold of your advisor and work with them. Or if you're happy with the swap of your backup course, you can just leave it as is and you have your schedule. If you registered for a class by mistake, you can drop it using the action drop-down list right here. It will always be labeled none, meaning no action. If you click that drop-down button, depending on where we are in the semester, it will say web drop or web withdraw. If you want to drop the course, that means that we're an add drop. You have a lot of flexibility with your schedule. When you withdraw, we are in the semester. Your advisor can tell you all about that. Before you drop or withdraw from a class that goes against the plan that you and your advisor had talked about, please let them know, talk to them, and make sure that it's not going to affect you negatively. Once you are all scheduled, everything is said and done, you can come back into that registration schedule and planning page and click view your schedule. A lot of students use Navigate to see their schedule, which we love. Please continue doing that, but Navigate needs a little bit of time to pull that info from Banner, so don't worry if it doesn't show up right away. You can see it in here. Now, we talk about a lot with you guys, which we absolutely love. And we always want to be that person for you to be able to talk to you about these things. So what we also like to do is give you other resources just in case we're either not available or something's a little bit out of our scope. But again, we are always happy. We want to talk to you about whatever you need to talk about. Some other resources that you have at your disposal other than your academic advisor, broken down by these 3 different topics. Firstly, we're talking about grades. You're going to want to talk to your instructor as well. If you're having troubles in the course, if your grade is low and you don't know why, or if you think something was graded incorrectly, or you just have questions, definitely talk to your instructor. They are here to help. Instructors should have what's called office hours. That should be in your syllabus, which is in Canvas. And that is time that they have dedicated just to meeting with you, their students. So that is a great time to connect with them. Their email should be on there as well. You can always email them. Definitely recommend reaching out. We also have the Learning Center that is built into your student fees. There is no other cost associated with going to the Learning Center. And it is done by students who did really well in those courses. So I definitely recommend utilizing the Learning Center in order to help yourself as well. Major and career questions. We have a wonderful thing called Key Careers that is done through the Career Center. You can connect with them to get access to that. It really gives a lot of great insight into who you are, what you like, all of those good things. You can also meet with a career coach. They are trained in knowing all the different things about careers and life after college. And so I definitely recommend connecting with them if you have questions, comments, concerns. Our Career Center does everything from student employment on campus to resume, interview help, to internships, externships, all of those really good things. So definitely connect with them. Personal issues. There are a lot of different resources you have if you're having any struggles here on campus. One great resource is your residence hall staff. They are your contact on the ground with you in your residence hall. We know that you live here and we want to make sure that it's comfortable for you. So always connect with them if you're having any issues. We also have our wonderful counseling center. They have a lot of different methods for supporting students and making sure that you know all of the resources that are available to you so that you can get any help that you need. It's never too late to turn around a slow start. If you are watching this, you are most likely in your first year or you just transferred here. It is never too late. You are in a wonderful position in order to make sure that you are successful. Every new semester is a fresh start. So never be afraid to reach out to us, your advisors, to any of these resource people on campus. We also have a success coaching office, and they work with you on life, on keeping yourself organized, on skills, strategies, all those really good things. Other resources, there's so many. If you go to bsu.edu/advising, we have all of these lovely resources here. An advising planning worksheet that goes over a lot of the information we just touched on, registration instructions, so written down of what I just conveyed to you, transferring credit from high school, a scheduling worksheet, which is a non-green version of this. At the top, we have a list of your classes with their CRN numbers, and then you've got a schedule at the bottom, and it's a really great tool. A grades and GPA worksheet, time management, and parallel planning, saying, okay, here's my plan A, here's my plan B, here's my plan C. So you have them all written out and ready to go. Connect with your academic advisor. We can show you where all of these live. We can show you how to use them. We can give you physical copies. We are here for you. Meet Your Major Fair, Monday, September 25th, 2 to 4 p.m. in the Student Center Ballroom, which is Student Center 201. If you are unsure of your major, thinking of changing your major, want to learn more about your major, want to add a minor, want to change your concentration, want to change your minor, or just want free goodies, definitely attend. I cannot recommend it enough. Every department is in one room with representatives. If you wanted access to this information, there is not a better time. So I cannot recommend it more. You do not have to do this. This was for our in-person students in order to let us know that they attended. You do not have to take this survey. But if you have any questions, let your advisor know. We are here to help you with whatever you need. We are so excited to meet with you, and we hope that you have a wonderful end of your semester. We hope to see you in our office. And as always, if you need anything, definitely reach out.